Hello and welcome. This guide is brought to you by the experts at ProTax Accountant. Today, we're going to tackle a really crucial topic for anyone working here in the UK, your national insurance number. We'll get into exactly when you get it, why it's so important, and of course, what to do if you're asked for one and you just don't have it yet.
Okay, let's just dive right in. Picture this. It's your first day at a new job. Things are going great, and then your new boss casually asks for your national insurance number. And that little wave of panic sets in. It's such a common feeling, but honestly, don't worry. We're going to get this all sorted out for you right now.
So before we get into the when you get it, let's quickly cover the what. The best way to think about your national insurance number, or NINO as you'll hear it called, is like your own unique financial fingerprint here in the UK. And trust me, it matters a whole lot more than you might think.
So what is it exactly? Well, your NINO is your unique lifetime reference number. It's the one thing that HMRC, your employer, and the benefits system use to track every single penny you contribute. This number is the thread that ties together your state pension, your access to benefits, and how you pay tax. It literally follows you for your entire life.
Okay, so how do most people actually get one of these? Well, for the vast majority of teenagers born and raised in the UK, the whole process is completely automatic. You really don't have to lift a finger. Let's take a look at how that journey works.
This little timeline shows you the standard path. It all kicks off when your parent or guardian claims child benefit for you. That simple action gets the ball rolling. Then, when you're 15 years and 9 months old, HMRC automatically assigns you a NINO. And finally, about 3 months before you turn 16, a letter just shows up in the post with your number on it. Simple, right? But what if it doesn't? A client's daughter, Emily from Leeds, hits 17 without one because her parents never claimed child benefit, and that's a surprisingly common reason for it not to arrive.
Which brings us neatly to our next point. What do you do if you're like Emily? Or maybe you've just moved to the UK? If that number doesn't just magically appear in the post, you'll need to actively apply for it yourself. Now let's look at the next step.
The good news is, applying is actually pretty straightforward these days. You just need to head over to the official gov.uk application page online. From there, you'll fill in your details, and then you'll need to prove who you are, which usually involves uploading a photo of something like your passport. Once you hit submit, you'll get an email with a reference number. Just make sure you keep that safe.
Now, this is a question we get all the time. Can I actually start my job while I'm waiting for the number? And the answer is a huge, resounding yes. This quote right here from the Low Incomes Tax Reform Group confirms it. As long as you can prove you have the legal right to work in the UK, you are good to go. The key is to just let your employer know you've applied and promise to give them the number the second it arrives.
So, how long is the wait? Well, typically, you can expect to receive your national insurance number within about 4 weeks after you've successfully proven your identity online. It's just good to have that time frame in your head so you're not anxiously checking the post every single day.
Okay, here is a pro tip that could save you a ton of hassle, especially if you're new to the UK. Before you even think about starting an application, check your documents. If you have a biometric residence permit, just flip it over. Your NINO might be printed right there on the back. Or, if you have an e-visa, log into your UKVI account. It might have been assigned to you there. Checking this first could save you from applying for something you already have.
Right, so you have your number. What happens next?
Well, this is where your financial fingerprint really gets to work, connecting everything from your monthly payslip to your future pension. Stay with me, the next point might surprise you.
This is absolutely crucial. Your NINO is the key that unlocks the correct tax code for you. If your employer doesn't have it, they have no choice but to put you on an emergency tax code. And that almost always means you end up overpaying tax. I worked with a client, Sarah from Birmingham, whose new employer just misspelled her surname. Because the NINO didn't match HMRC's records, she was put on an emergency code and overpaid by £380 in just 3 months.
Let's look at the actual numbers for the 2025 to 26 tax year. Don't worry, this is simpler than it looks. If you're an employee, you can see you'll pay 8% on your earnings in that main band. That's between roughly £12,500 and £50,000. If you're self-employed, that rate is just a little higher, at 9% on your profits in the same range. Your NINO is what makes sure every penny you pay at these rates is correctly logged against your name.
So what's the difference in practice? Well, if you're an employee, your Class 1 contributions are taken out of your salary automatically by payroll. It's all handled for you. But if you're self-employed, say you're a freelancer in London, you're responsible for paying your Class 4 contributions yourself through your annual self-assessment tax return.
And you might also want to pay voluntary Class 2 contributions to make sure you don't have gaps in your record that could affect your state benefits down the line.
You see, getting the number is really just the start. You also need to make sure you keep your contribution record healthy throughout your entire working life. Think of it like a regular financial health check, and it is absolutely vital for your future.
Why is it so vital? It all comes down to this number, 35. You need 35 full qualifying years of national insurance contributions to get the full state pension when you retire. Any gaps in your record could mean a smaller pension. So you see, checking your record isn't just boring admin, it's serious, long-term financial planning.
So, how do you actually do this health check? Honestly, it's incredibly easy. Just log into your personal tax account on the gov.uk website. From there, you just find the section to check your national insurance record. You can see a year-by-year breakdown. What you're looking for is any year that isn't marked as a full year. If you spot any gaps, you can then look into making voluntary contributions to fill them.
And that's not all. Here's where most people go wrong. Did you know it's a super common mistake for people to try and reapply for a NINO after they change their name or move house? Remember, it's for life. Another classic error is just not bothering to check that the number on your payslip is actually correct. And for you company directors out there, a huge one is forgetting that taking your income as dividends doesn't build up your state pension pot.
All right, let's wrap things up with a little quick-fire round. We're going to tackle some of the most common questions and problems that people run into with their national insurance numbers.
First up, a very, very common scenario. You've given your employer the number, but what happens if they get a digit wrong, or they just keep using a temporary one for too long? Where does your money actually end up?
Well, your hard-earned contributions can end up in what HMRC calls a suspense account. Basically, this means the money has been received, but it's not being credited to your personal record. It's just sitting in limbo until that error gets fixed. So the bottom line is, always check your payslip to make sure your NINO is correct.
So to quickly recap everything we've covered today, number 1, your NINO is your financial fingerprint for life. Most people get it automatically before they turn 16. You can absolutely start work while you're waiting for it. The most important thing you can do is check your NI record online every single year. And finally, if you lose your number, never ever reapply. Just use the official recovery service on gov.uk.
After all of this, the final question is really for you. With all this knowledge, are you feeling ready to take control of your taxes and start planning properly for your financial future?
If you need expert advice on this or any other tax issues, please don't hesitate to contact ProTax Accountant. You can reach the team on WhatsApp or by phone at 07985 689912, or you can drop them an email at info@protaxaccountant.co.uk. And for more helpful guides just like this one, make sure you subscribe to their YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching.